I know that Souls-likes and stuff like it are sort of in right now. We are seeing so many different types of variations on it. Whether it is more of something that is a FromSoft Soul kind of a game, or then it takes on other forms as well. We see elements of this creeping into other genres, and then being mixed in new and interesting ways. Sometimes it might be Souls combat, stamina, weapon systems, and even progression, mixed with say a Metroidvania, or then you have the likes of where Souls is weaving in with a more traditional turn-based like combat, to then give us something both nostalgic and then new and fresh. With the likes of something like Blades of Fire, I am being hit with a game where I can see those Souls elements, but it's almost like it's blending them with a big traditional action-adventure title we would get back in the day too, to then create something new. To clarify, it wasn't like I was getting the complete traditional FromSoft vibes from Blades of Fire, but rather I was seeing the influences, and I liked how the developers managed to weave everything together, at least so far. Blades of Fire is a title that is definitely surprising me. One, in how very fun it is. I wish that I had no other games that I was currently trying to play or beat, so that I could just focus on this title. I did play the demo when it released, a really good move for a title. One, to get that attention and eyes on the game, sort of getting free attention and PR from anyone who talks about it. But at the same time, it shows a confidence from the developer and publisher in their new title, especially since it was the first area of the game. Not a piece of gameplay that was made to be this demo, but rather a slice of the real game. So if that failed, they really could have hurt themselves with this title. But instead, at least based on my experience with it, it got me more interested in the full and final game. In short, it was a good demo and a very smart move. Being able to dive into that title just a bit more now. I very much do not want this to be a situation where Blades of Fire turns into a cult classic, or something like it. I hope it gets the praise that it deserves, and then players pick this one up. There have been many games coming out around this time, and it just so happens that many of them have turned out to be rather good ones. We only have so much money and time to dedicate to this lovely hobby, but Blades is one that I want to see succeed.
My spear, Hera.
On top of this, being that I played the demo leading up to the release, and then was given access to the full game too, I opted to just start fresh with the full game, and I was noticing how even just from the beginning, I was finding myself enjoying the overall experience even more, picking up on things a bit more too. I play a bunch of games at the same time, and even just having a few days apart from the demo to the final game, I'm like, yep, I'm remembering liking this, and then picking it up a second time, I was like, I'm finding myself liking it even more. And there is a lot to like and even enjoy here. For me, it's that mixture of combat, exploration, and progression sort of all weaving into each other. Fighting enemies opens up new weapons to then forge, earning more stuff that can be created from those items too. Not knowing what is around the corner as well, along with the actual fighting being exciting and something that has both the player pushing to be aggressive and defensive depending on what the fight entails. There is a level of caution when closing in on an enemy, because maybe you should use one of your other weapons to better damage them, or maybe you see where they are not as armored and target that part of their body. The combat isn't mindless at all. If anything, it's more calculated than you might think from the initial footage or just jumping in.
vibrates. You can avoid that by mutilating it when it stays.
Being that your attacks are done through the 4 face buttons, you can target them the top, waist, left, and right of an enemy. This kind of feels like the developer's own version of sorts of how you could do this in the Surge game. That was a sci-fi Souls-like experience. I enjoyed that one many years ago. While Blades does not feel like a fantasy Surge combat system, the idea of being able to target different parts of an enemy's body is definitely shared between the two. This is also where you'll want to sort of size up and assess an enemy before you go in swinging at them. First, you need to figure out if what you have equipped can actually damage the enemy at all, and if you can, what area of the body you should actually damage. In some cases, you might have a weapon that can only do damage to an enemy's head, because that is where that particular foe is at their weakest. Maybe you're fighting a giant monster, and they don't have any armor, but rather you need to use the right weapon to actually deal some damage, like say a sword over a hammer or something like that. When fighting one foe, you can back up and really take the time to better assess an enemy, but in some cases with multiple foes, you might need to pivot quickly on the fly, then knowing where to hit an enemy, with what weapons, make good use of your dodge and block, allowing for all that room where the player can enter a battle and leave without taking any damage and taking down their foe. It's sort of an accessible skill-based combat that is very easy to jump into, but once you take a step back, and then you try to improve a bit better with the game, you'll see what it's trying to teach you, and it becomes really satisfying, especially in each of the battles. Fights are intimate and memorable because of this, even re-going through an area again, and now you have that knowledge that you didn't have before, of those particular weaknesses of set foes. Now you can sort of steamroll them, and it's a great feeling as well, because it puts the player into being able to really use everything they had and put it all together there. With my early time with this title, I have even seen some good bits of player-initiated exploration, from opening up shortcuts, new paths, along with really achieving that sense of discovery too. You go into a room, a new building, or even find a wall you can smash through, and then many times something is inside that is useful. Well, it might be something you might need to fully unlock later on, or even face off against a new foe of some kind. It's that sense of danger where you don't really know what surprises, both good and bad, you might encounter. Even the first boss fight that you sort of have is an accidental encounter. I was getting ready to engage some soldiers, and then a monster burst out of a carriage, totally changing the dynamic of what I thought I was getting into. Now sure, maybe all the good stuff is at the start here. I'll be able to report more as I play through it a lot. As of right now, I really like the systems at play, the combat, forging, and exploration. I need to get a bit better at understanding the blacksmithing minigame, but again, as I keep trying to do it more and more, I am picking up on it as well. Are you interested in Blades of Fire? Have you played it? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.